What's up, bro? Unfiltered Trading episode 6 or 7. 6 or 7. It's gonna be inside the title, alright? So basically, this unfiltered episode, we're gonna dive deeper into supply and demand. How to draw your supply and demand. And basically, I've done like a edited video on supply and demand. So this is more like the unfiltered version where I just show you guys without any fancy editing. Alright, so supply and demand. What the heck is that? They are basically just like support and resistance levels, but supply and demand are much more effective because they are an area rather than a level. So the reason why I don't really like support and resistance is because if you plot them, they are just one line like this. They are a level. They are not an area. And you guys must understand that price won't just go to exactly 2069 and then reverses. It will go to an area around it. That is why I always advise you guys to draw a box around your support and resistance level, so that when you know that price get to that certain level, you will know that okay, price is about to reverse, because this is an area. This is an area. Price will just go to 1.089 and then reverse. No, it would go to an area. So you can go to 1.0786 and then reverse. That is why you guys must trade supply and demand. So how you trade supply and demand is that first you want to identify your demand zones and your supply zones. So I'm just gonna like remove everything, clean chart, to show you guys how to draw your supply and demand zones. So basically what you want to do is to identify like an area where there is big candlestick and there's a very strong up move or down move if you're identifying supply zones. If you are identifying demand zones, you should be looking for strong up move, just like this. You can see after right around this area, it just skyrocketed. So around here is your demand zone. So you can look for like big green candlesticks. Let me change the color back to green. Big green candlesticks. So maybe like somewhere like around here. Right, somewhere around here, there is a lot of big green candlestick right here. Yeah, so right here you can see this big green candlestick. So what I mean by big green candlestick is that you want to compare the size of that particular candlestick to like the previous candles. So if you compare it to the previous candles, you can see this is pretty big, man. It's pretty big, pretty big. So you can draw like a little box around it to mark your demand zone. So you look at the previous candle. So this is a big candle, and then you look at the previous candle. So when you look at the previous candle, you mark the high of the candle all the way down to like the low of this candle. So this entire area will be called your demand zone. Alright boys, demand zone. Okay, so this is your demand zone. And then we can also mark up your little supply zone. And then for your supply zone, you can see this big red candlestick right here, right? And then the candlestick before that is where the zone will be at. So you can mark it from here, drag it all the way down here. So this is your supply zone. Beautiful supply zone. Yep, so there we have our demand and our supply zone. And as you can see right now, price is currently at this demand zone. So we should be expecting some buyers pushing the price up, and as you can see, that is exactly what's happening right now. Go down to the smaller time frame, you'll see that the red candlesticks are kinda losing steam. The sellers are kinda losing steam. This downwards momentum is kinda losing steam at around this area, because this is a demand area, right? That means like big boys are pretty much going to buy here, or some scalpers or day traders, they are looking at this same thing, right? Basically, chances are if you plot this same level on your chart, right, other traders are plotting the exact same level, or not really exact, but like an area around it. They know that it is support and resistance too. So they know that they should buy at this area too. That's why this entire market is just mass orgy, like a mass psychological game. Alright. Basically, if you are buying at a support, other traders who are looking at the same support are buying at the support too. Right, that is what causes price to move. So if you can really kind of like understand like the market sentiment, you will know whether you should go in for a buy or a sell. As simple as that. So yeah, once you zoom out, you can see like price is just pretty much respecting all the zones that we have drawn earlier. You can see this is the demand zone, right? And guess what? Price is respecting it. Whenever price comes back down here, it always bounces back up. And then if you look at the supply zones that we have drawn, these red areas here, you can see even in 2022, it still applies, right? It still applies. So if you zoom in, you can see like, okay, right around this area, there is sellers pushing the price down. You can see sellers pushing the price down, push the price down, push the price down. This is a very strong supply area. So this is exactly why we trade supply and demand, and we do not just trade like support and resistance, because support and resistance, they are an exact level, right? And you guys must understand that price will not just go to a certain level, it's going to an area. I'm done repeating that, alright guys, I promise you guys. I know I repeated that so many times, but I really just want to drive the concept, drill the concept into your little head, alright? Remember, support and resistance, no level is an area. So now that we are done talking about supply and demand, I'm gonna give you guys like a market outlook in general. So as you can see right now, the US dollar is pumping up so much. It's literally on steroids, like what I said in the previous episodes. It's literally skyrocketing. So you can see right now, the US dollar is literally at a multi-year high. The last time it was up here, it was in 2017. That is 5 years ago. 5 years ago, guys. And you can see if price break through this little resistance area that we have drawn, is going up to the level where it was in the year 2000. And that, if you guys can record, it was a crisis, right? I forget what it was, the dot-com bubble, if I'm not wrong. The dot-com bubble, the dot-com crisis is when the stock market crashed a lot. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, comment down below, man, because I'm pretty sure that I'm not gonna be right all the time. Sometimes I forget details like this, right? So basically, right now, the DXY is breaking through this level here, right? So you can see the US dollar is just so bullish. So this is a very important message if you trade Euro USD, gold, AUD USD, GBP USD, basically all the major currency pairs that involve USD, US dollar. You should be looking to sell if you think of it in terms of fundamentally. So a lot of major currency pairs are going to drop because the US dollar is so strong. So if you look at GBP USD, it's been dropping, right? Why? Because the dollar is going strong. The dollar is very, very strong right now. And if you look at AUD USD, it's dropping too. Why? Because the US dollar is so strong right now. It's really just fundamentals, guys. That is why you guys must always make sure you do not just focus on technicals, focus on analyzing the charts. That's the second point of this episode. Do not just focus on technicals, right? Technicals, like I said, is easy. In the previous episode I said technicals is easy. Fundamentals are what truly move the market sentiment as a whole, right? So if you just focus on technicals, it can take a fundamental news to come out and wipe out your entire account, guys. Yep, just to give you guys a summary, we are going into a recession and we are pretty much fucked and everything is dropping. Yay. So with every crisis comes a unique opportunity. It is times like these that will make the most millionaires in the future. A few years down the road, the people who really benefited from this recession are those who are smart enough to profit from this recession, and I hope that you are one of them. I don't know about you, but I'm personally gonna make use of this crisis to build generational wealth for my descendants, my freaking grandchildren. So one currency pair I really want to look at is AUD USD. So you can see AUD USD have broke through like this little support area right here, and then this is the second support area, and it has pretty much just broke through it, alright, and it have not really shown us signs that it is collapsing all the way down here. But if we pull out like a Fibonacci, like from here till here, price can get down to this area here, this 0.65 or even 0.67 area. So I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit and see where price is gonna drop to next. So you can see right now price at this little support area here, and then if price even collapse even further, we can see price going down to this 0.65 area right here, 0.65 area here. Right, so the reason AUD USD has been dropping so much is that is one, because of the US dollar, right? Another thing is because of gold, because gold is dropping also. You can see gold has just absolutely collapsed in like the last month or so. Like this is a crazy amount of drop, guys. If you guys think that this might not be much, but if you take like the pip range and you draw from here all the way down here, you can see this is over like, I don't even know how many pips there is. That is $200. That's $200 drop in gold, and $200 means $10 is 100 pips. $200 is 200 times 100. Alright, 200 times 100 pips That is how much pips that gold drop. You do the math, alright, 200 times 100. That is how much gold drop in a month. In a goddamn month, guys. Yup, so right now AUD/USD have broke through this little support area, and we could see it coming down to this level next, because right now fundamentally, since the US dollar is so strong, right, this AUD/USD pair will be weakening, so it means that I'm more bearish rather than bullish on AUD/USD. Yep, so long term, I do think that AUD/USD is gonna come down to this 0.65 area right before anything gets better, because really like AUD/USD, GBP/USD, Euro/USD, all of these major currency pairs are really quite weak right now, so I'm bearish on pretty much those pairs. If you're still watching this, welcome to the unfiltered section. I am so glad that you're still watching this. It means that you are really taking this seriously and taking your trading seriously. Unlike those losers who have just finished the strategy part and just exited this video. They are losers. You, sir, is a winner. So in this unfiltered section, I want to dive deeper into how to actually become consistently profitable. This is a very, very interesting topic that I know that you definitely want to hear me out about this, because chances are if you are watching this, you might not be profitable yet, right? Like probably 90% of my viewers are not profitable, and I want to tell you that I'm here to help you out. So a lot of people on the internet tell you that you need to follow your trading plan strictly on monk mode if you want to become consistently profitable. And it's easier said than done, because as much as you want to follow your trading plan all the time, every single time, sometimes your emotion will still take control of you. So how do you prevent that? You prevent that by something called repetition. Let me ask you a question. Do you brush your teeth in the morning? You probably do, right? Unless you are a smelly motherfucker, which if you are, you shouldn't be watching this video. Go brush your teeth right now. But if you brush your teeth every day, why do you brush your teeth every day? It's a habit, right? It's a habit. And how do you form this habit? You form this habit when you are when you are a little boy, your mama or your daddy call you to brush your teeth every day to keep those teeth clean. So when you do that every single day, you brush your teeth, it becomes a habit, because you are always repeating the same thing. You are always every single day repeating the same thing. So this repetition become habit. It's the same thing with trading discipline, with all the trading rules that you have in your trading plan. Maybe one of your rules is that you only want to trade if this signal come out. If you only want to trade if you see this candlestick pattern. So if you keep on following that rule, if you follow that rule every single day for months, for years, it's going to become a habit. And when it becomes a habit, when following your trading plan becomes a habit, guess what? It won't feel hard to follow your trading plan anymore. It will feel hard if you do not follow your trading plan. It feels hard if you don't brush your teeth, right? Because you don't want to be a smelly motherfucker, and the habit is just ingrained into your mind. You can't not brush your teeth before you sleep. Sometimes for me, no matter how tired I am, I came back from drinking, came back from clubbing, 5 a.m, I still brush my teeth, alright? I still brush my teeth because it's a habit and I don't want to be smelly. It's the same thing with trading discipline. If you really want to become a profitable trader, you must start off by following your trading plan consistently. And how do you follow your trading plan consistently? By forcing yourself to look at your trading plan every single day before you trade, and make sure all the rules inside your trading plan is ingrained into the head till the point where your head can literally recite all the trading rules in your plan. So right now I don't have my trading plan with me right now, it's like right there, but I can tell you every single rule of my trading plan. That is how ingrained it is inside me. So if you want to become profitable, that is what you should do. So that is like a little golden tip for you, because chances are if you're still watching this video, you deserve a golden tip. You are not one of those little losers that have short attention span. Make sure you guys like this video if you have enjoyed this episode, and especially the unfiltered section. If you love it, please comment down below and tell me that you love the unfiltered section, you love the trading psychology tips, and I'll make sure in the future episodes I will have an unfiltered section at the end. So like, comment, and you can subscribe if you want. Welcome to the tribe, and remember, you're just one trade away. Mwah.